going on, guys? This is the Wisdom Matrix. This video is about the radical strengths and implications of oneness. So what does this mean? What does this mean? The radical strengths and implications of oneness. Basically, this video is going to explain the many strengths and the implications of oneness, the ramifications, or truths that are part of this understanding. And basically, I'm not going to really give a whole list of implications and strengths. This is going to be a very basic overview of what's the many strengths and implications of this oneness. But let's begin. One strength, an implication of oneness, is that when we're all one, when everything is one, which is true, all needs, all of this, so-called lack that we feel is inaccurate. This lack is caused by separateness. I've mentioned this before, but I just want to point this out again for those who haven't really seen my other videos. Separateness creates lack, and oneness creates all these things. Another strength or implication could be that when you do something to another person, it's going to affect that person, but it's also going to affect you. This is demonstrated. This is always demonstrated. No matter what you're doing to that person. You could even think badly about somebody. It may not affect them, but it's going to affect you. Because what you do to another, you do to yourself. And what you do for yourself, you do for another. And what you fail to do for yourself, you fail to do for another. This is why, we're having problems with the environment right now, because, people are polluting and doing all this stuff. If we were all separate, none of this would affect us, but it is. It's affecting us. It's affecting all of us. Another strength or implication is that nothing can be hidden from somebody else. Basically, if we were all one, which is true, we're all one. Everything is one with itself, which is God, which is me, which is you, which is everything. How would one keep a secret? How would one hide from itself? It couldn't. And this doesn't mean that when you realize oneness, that you're going to know everybody's secret or anything like that. It just means that, these secrets, they keep you separate from the world, from yourself, even to some extent, from other people, from God. Well, not really from God. Not really from anyone, really, but it can lead to more separateness. The other radical implication or strength has to do with the law of attraction. Basically, this means that it goes back to what I said before. Whatever you do to another, you do for yourself. Whatever you give to another, you give to yourself. Whatever you give to yourself, you give to another. Whatever you fail to give to another, you fail to give to yourself, and vice versa. For more information on how to do this, you can see my video, Thought Control is the highest form of prayer, and how to This message can, or not how to, this message can be applied in everyday life or something like that. Thought control, the highest form of prayer. It is the highest form of prayer. It's everything. Another implication of oneness is that God, you cannot hide anything from God, because God is you, at least in some degree, if not all degree. So he could be, or she, or it, or whatever you want to call it. God is genderless. Can be your best friend, because God knows everything about you. So you can confide in God, and God can give you all kinds of answers. If you want to know how to do that, you can watch my video, I Had a Conversation with God. You can too, or something like that. There are many implications and strengths involved with this. When you're one with everything, you are all powerful. You can do pretty much anything that you set your mind to. This is why and how Jesus became so popular and so known today, because he was one with everything. And he acted from this oneness, this level of oneness with everything. This is how you can act. We can all act this way. This was not something that was just given to one person. This is something that can be given to everyone at all times. Oneness isn't just a concept or a state of mind. It's actuality. And once you become the actuality of things, then you embody. You are God embodied. You are God embodied. To some people, this may sound very, strange or radical, but it's actually true. We're all God embodied. And I might go into how this happens, or not how it happens, but how it affects you, and some other insights on this, because it's important to mention all this. Because there's a bunch of misconceptions about what God is. God doesn't judge anybody. God doesn't punish anybody. Nobody goes to hell when they die, unless they believe that there is a hell that they will go to when they die. You don't stop creating when you die. You don't stop creating now. You're always creating. And this is what God has told others, and myself. And so you can know this as well. You can know this truth by having a conversation with God, by talking about this stuff. And the reason why I'm making this particular video is because the radical implications and strengths of oneness. are creating your reality right now. Even if you think that you're separate, even if it feels like you're separate, that's still creating your reality. It's creating the opposite reality. It's creating fear and all these negative things, which, aren't completely, what God is love. Love is all there is, but there is also fear and all this other stuff which has been corrupted by the ego, which is love too. It's all still love. It's just what degree of love there is in those things. That's another radical implication of love, or of oneness, is that oneness is love. God is not some punisher or judger. God is the all. If we were one with, if I was one with everything, if we were all one, if everything was one with everything, how would one judge itself? Or punish itself? How could one punish one part of itself? It'd be punishing itself. So, this is the radical understanding that you can change your very life. So, anyways, this is the Wisdom Matrix. If you like this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe. And I might make another video today. Who knows? This is the Wisdom Matrix, and I'll see you in the next video.